It is clear when it's calm. It's clear when it's calm. This picture, that's me. No one else, that's me. We were at Got Good, Thailand. Imagine how clear the water in Thailand is. It's just like a big pool, but actually this is an ocean. See, but the ocean could be clear when it's calm. Imagine if there's turbulence, if there's like wave, if there's strong wind, the same water, the same place, it would be unclear. But it is clear because it is calm. Just like your mind, let me tell you this. Your mind is like water. Your thought is like water. God gave us this mind, this thought, this brain. Your mind is like water. When it's turbulent, it's difficult to see. It's hard to see yourself, your mind. But when your mind is calm, everything is clear. Right? When we became emotional, when we were angry, when we are sad, when we are upset, something's happening here. We should not do anything when our mind is not clear. But you have to calm yourself first. When it's clear, it's calm. Okay, can you touch somebody next to you and say, calm? Can we do that? Can you process your emotion? Instead of reacting right away, but take time to process your emotion. God wants you to be ahead of your emotion, not behind your emotion. Okay, feeling emotion must come after your reasoning and your intellectual. The Bible says this. I want to bring you to our main Bible text today. Our main Bible text today comes from Proverbs chapter 14, verses 29 to 30. It says this: if you stay calm, you are wise. But if you are emotional, you only show how stupid you are. Peace of mind makes the body healthy, but jealousy is like a cancer. For the word emotional, okay, in the NIV translated as quick-tempered. In the NLT translated as hot-tempered. ESV, hasty-tempered. And BST, impatient spirit. And YLT, the youth literal translate that short-tempered. So these are the different translation of the word emotional. So this you can summarize as being emotional, unstable in your emotion. How many of God's people today have missed their mark simply because we cannot hold our temper? How many people that you know or yourself in the past, you have missed God's given destiny, God's purpose, God's calling, God's promises, good relationship have been ruined, or Saturday has become Saturday because you could not manage your emotion. One of the best Bible character that has missed his mark or missed his destination is Moses. Moses, go and speak to the rock. Lord, these people make me mad. What are you saying? Speak to the rock. Okay, I'm going to show you how to speak to the rock, Lord. Grab a stick. Here's how I speak to the rock. One more time, Lord. I'm going to speak to the rock. Okay, Moses, I am calling you to be a leader of my people. And one of the, I don't know if this is a disadvantage or what, especially with the leader. If God calls you to be a leader, it doesn't matter how much good things you do, how many times you can control your emotion. You may be able to control your emotion 1,000 times, but if you miss it once, especially if you're leaders, people won't remember you as a patient pastor. People remember you as a pastor who just hit the piano at Sabbath, and you'll be remembered for that throughout your life. And just like Moses, God says, because you cannot control your emotion. God is very serious about this, especially if you're leaders. You miss the promised land on this earth. Yes, you still have the promised land up there, but I know you still want to go in the promised land here. You brought people from the Egypt, but because you cannot control, you cannot manage your anger, miss the promised land. So how many of God's people have missed the mark, missed the blessing of the day, simply because you cannot control your emotion. He or she feel that they are being attacked or challenged as a person. When you're being attacked or challenged, when people come and challenge your knowledge, when people come and challenge your status code, when people come and challenge your belief, sometimes people get offended. And when people get offended, they are emotional. But it doesn't have to be that way. If you learn to control your emotion, when people have a different thoughts or different point of view, you are open to listen. Okay, tell me about it. Because you're calm. When you're calm, then there's a space for a mutual relationship or a space for you to learn. But when you're not calm, you just want to fight back. You just want to say back, and there's no place or space for us to learn. So the cause of emotion is when people feel insecure, when he or she feel that they are being threatened or insult or underestimate. Sometimes people come and underestimate Seventh-day Adventist Church, and you get angry. Wow, you don't have to get angry. This church is the church of God. It's not your church. You just have to be calm and, create a space for exchanging. Okay, you say Seventh-day Adventist Church is not the true church. Why? Share with me about it. But if you're mad, you get angry, you turn red, everything got shut down. See, calm. If you are calm, you're wise. If you're not calm, it's not good. Negative things happen. If you're not calm, especially in a conversation, it shows how stupid you are. The Bible says it shows how impulsive you are. Here, the Bible says in Proverbs 18:13, whoever answers before listening, theirs is a folly and shame. See, sometimes we just want to answer. To defend. When I'm doing my PhD, there's a lot of defending and a lot of people trying to attack me, especially when I have to do defense, thesis defense. I have to do 5 times. Every one of us have to do 5 times of thesis defense. We got attack. But if I am being emotional, I will never have my PhD. Nobody will have PhD because all people have to go through a lot of, words that attack you. Even some professor, they try to insult you and try to underestimate you to see how strong you are, how much you can take the pressure. But if you're not calm, then you're gonna not go anywhere. So whoever answer before listen, there's folly and shame. Shame on you, the Bible said. Shame on you. God's people are to be calm. So when you're calm, when there's turbulence, when you're calm, you help clear the water. You help clear the water here. When it's clear, then you can do a lot of things. When it's not clear, you miss a lot of things. Oh, I forgot to bring orange. Brother Pranupong gave me an orange yesterday, one orange. But anyway, let's imagine if this orange is in my hand. Let's say if I squeeze this orange as hard as I can, what do you think will come out from this orange? What juice? Orange juice. No matter how many times I squeeze this orange, 10 times the orange juice will come out. If I squeeze 1,000 times, the apple juice will not come out of this. Right? Why? Why did I squeeze this orange and orange juice come out? Because that which is the inside of this orange is the orange juice. Orange juice is inside of this orange, right? So now let me extend this metaphor a little bit. What if someone squeezes you today? What if you were being squeezed today? If someone says something about you that you don't like, someone behave toward you in the way that you find offensive, someone disagree with your theology or your thoughts or your way of doing things, and come out of you hatred, bitterness, gossip, tension, stress, and immediately you said, the reason that came out of me is because how he said it, how she said it, how they did it to me. But let me tell you truth. Let me tell you something. The reality is, what come out is what is inside. If you are being squeezed, and calmness come out of you, blessing come out of you, peace come out of you, discipline and order still can come out of you, it means you are a grown-up Christian. If you're being squeezed and you can still be calm, it means that you have grown mature in the likeness of Jesus Christ, who He created you to be. Okay, so the Bible says this. Luke chapter 6:45, Jesus said, "A good person produces good things from the treasury of good heart. An evil person produces evil things from the treasury of an evil heart. What you say flow from what is inside your heart or inside of you." See, even Jesus said this, when you got squeezed, what comes out of you is from your heart. The good news is this, when you're being squeezed and you don't like what comes out of you, the good news is that you can change. The Bible says God can help you transform your heart. He can change from the heart of stone to the heart of flesh. So the good news is that if you ask God, Lord, I know that what came out of me, it's not a pleasing aroma to you. Lord, can you please change me? I pray, Lord, I want to be a better person. I want to be a calmer person. So when I am calm, everything around me is clear. When I'm not calm, everything around me is sour. I make people around me have that tension. Lord, please help me, Lord, to be calm. See, God can help you to stay calm. He can help you transform you from the inside. And let me tell you something about this, that being calm doesn't mean you don't care. Sometimes people say, oh, this is so calm. Pastor Somchai is so calm. He never jump in. No, being calm doesn't mean he don't care. Being calm means you care enough to be calm. Because you know that if I'm not calm, if the person is hot and you're going back with hot, if people come with, if your wife come, like sometimes my wife and I, but if my wife comes in hot-tempered, I go back hot. What happened? Oh, it's like setting a house on fire, right? I learned that too, we are growing. So being calm means I care enough, I care for you, that I will extract myself out of this conversation. I will step back. Being intelligent, being wise doesn't mean always you go forward, but sometimes being wise means you step one step backward. So being calm means care enough to step backward. I care enough for you because if I reply you now, things gonna get worse. I care enough for myself. God tells you to care for yourself. If you don't step back, you cannot afford what's going to happen next. So being calm means I care enough. Proverbs 4:23-27, I like this version very much. It says, more than anything, you guard, protect your mind, for life flows from it. Have nothing to do with corrupt mouth. Looks like this man who wrote this proverb knows very well that most of the things that get us emotional is the wind from your mouth. It's the tongue, right? That's why it's right here. Keep devious lips far from you. Focus your eyes straight ahead. Keep your gaze on what is in front of you. Watch your feet on the way, and all your path will be secure. The Bible suggested us to focus your eyes straight. And the Bible says straight on Jesus Christ. When you feel that there's turbulence that's going to cause your emotional eruption, the Bible suggests, hey, focus on the big picture. God is still on the throne. This is just miscellaneous things. Why you allow this to control you? God gives you the power to control your emotion, not let your emotion control you. So here, more than anything, guard, protect what? Your mind. If your mind is clear, everything is clear. If your mind is calm, everything is clear. The Bible continues to say this, anxiety weighs down a person or weigh a person down, but encouraging words cheer a person up. You see, when people got emotional, encouraging word helps a lot. Instead of pouring more oil or gas into the fire, your word could bring down that heat. When we got into, situation, it is good for us to respond, don't react. Can we say it together? Respond, don't react. One more time. Respond, don't. Very good. Reacting comes instinctively without having to think. When you react, see, when you hit, right away, you pull your hands away. When you got burned, you pull away. That's how you react. When you react, you don't use brain. You use feeling. You use emotion. The mechanism of feeling and emotion got triggered. At this level of instinct, at this stage, we are no different than animals. God gave animals instinct, right? And of course, we have instinct too. But you know what? When God created you and me in His image, He gave us something more than instinct. He gave us reasoning, intellect. So respond comes when intellectual reasoning or higher power has been practiced. We can only respond when we are calm. See, when we are not calm, we will react to the situation. But when we are calm, we will take a step back. Take a deep breath. Now, when wisdom comes, when intellectual comes, when we reason, now we will respond. Right? We don't react. So we can only respond when we are calm. When we are not calm, we will react. When we respond, it shows that we are made in the likeness of God. We are growing up to be more like Jesus. But when we react, we just acting like animals. So God wants us to be like Him. He wants us to respond. Warren Buffett. How many of you know Warren Buffett? Of course you all know Warren Buffett. He said, if you can't control your emotion, you will not able to control the benefit or income. If you can't control your emotion, you will be able to control benefits or income. There's one very famous tennis player. How many of you know him? Roger Federer, right? This guy is a very talented guy. He was one of the best tennis player in all time. He received a Laureus World Sportsman of the Year for 4 years, 2005, 2008. A great sportsman, a Swedish who is still living, and he's the first one who got his face on a stamp as an athlete. A very famous one, a very important guy. But you know what? Before this, Roger Federer never showed that he would be successful at all. Even though he got all the talent, the coach was like, wow, this guy got all the talent, but never that he shows that he would be a great tennis player. Even though he have got a lot of talent. The reason for that is because he don't know how to control his emotion. Every time when stress comes, every time when he's losing, he couldn't control his emotion. But then one day, he met this coach. This coach is named Peter Carter. Peter Carter is very close to Federer, and he is not just like a coach, but he's like a father to this boy. This coach told Federer that, Federer, you are a very talented tennis player, but you're not going anywhere because you don't learn the art of controlling your emotion. But when you change yourself, if you can control yourself, you will become a great tennis player. So Federer not practice tennis alone, but on the other side, he practiced how to control his emotion. He want to grow as a person. He want to grow as a great tennis player. And when he is able to control his emotion, he got so many tennis? Grand Slam, yes. He won so many Grand Slam. And even this guy, Pete Sampras, he said that no one is greater or better than Roger Federer. Wow. You see, when Roger Federer know how to control himself, control his emotion, he became more than he could be. What about God's people? What about us today? Do you want to grow more into your spirituality? You want to grow more in your family? You want to grow more in your job? Control your emotion. Warren Buffett said this: if you have IQ more than 120, you can sell it away. You can throw it away. Because what you need more than IQ is the EQ. What is EQ? We know what's EQ, right? EQ is emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. It determines an individual ability to identify emotion. Can you identify your emotion? Right now I'm doing CPE, Pastoral Clinical Education. CPE teach you to monitor your emotion. CPE teach you to monitor other people's emotion. It means you are ahead of your emotion. You know where you are. Oh, right now, if I'm saying one more word, this volcano in me gonna burst. You have to monitor your emotion. That's how I try to practice with my wife. I'm not perfect yet, but we are there. We are there. It is a common belief that people with higher EQ make better leaders because of the ability to understand and connect with those around them. People who are emotional intelligence, they are better in connecting with other people. Jesus wants us to connect with other people, but how are we going to connect with other people if we are always emotional? I want to introduce you to this word: emotional regulation. Is the ability to assert controls over one's own emotional state. It may involve behavior such as rethinking a challenging situation to reduce anger or anxiety, hiding visible sign of sadness or fear, or focus on reason to feel happy or calm. So this is emotional regulation, ability to control one's own emotion. Do you have this emotional regulation? Can we grow a little bit more in this emotional regulation? Why emotional regulation is important? See, unlike children, the Bible says we should grow to be like adults, right? Unlike children, adults are expected to be able to manage their emotion, especially anxiety and anger, in a manner that is socially acceptable. Emotional control fail. People often say or do things they later regret and which they had been able to keep their emotional in check. Opposite of emotional regulation is emotional dysregulation. It's a component of certain form of mental illness. Over time, it could have negative impact on one's personal well-being and social relationship. If you don't know how to regulate your emotion, that's what you will be: emotional dysregulation. What is it? It is a form of mental illness. People who cannot control their emotion, it is a form of mental illness, and it will ruin your relationship with yourself and with other people around you. It will sour the place you are in. If you don't put an end to emotional dysregulation, it will put an end on you. Okay? One more time. If you don't put an end to your emotional dysregulation, it will put an end on you. How can I learn to control my outbursts? A lot of people, always get emotional eruption. Practice the habits such as mindful acceptance of emotion, shifting attention away from the source of negative emotion, or reframing emotional situations, such as thinking about a setback or mistake as an opportunity to learn, may be helpful. We think about Paul, we think about Peter, we think about David. They are example of learning from their mistakes. What can I learn from this situation? The Bible says this: avoid wordless, foolish talk that only leads to more godless behavior. This kind of talk spreads like cancer. By the way, the new translation uses cancer, but the older translation uses the word like it crushed your bone. Because in the old time you don't know what cancer is, right? Yeah. But the newer translation choose the word cancer because this kind of thing, it eats you from the inside. That's why it uses the word cancer. So what is wordless talk? It is wordless because the information did not process and go through. Because people are not calm. When people are not calm, they became emotional. When there's emotion involved, everything is blocked. So the information will be heavenly. The information may be from the Bible, but those information became wordless. Why? Because those information cannot process through the brain and to the heart, because emotion block everything. You may have the best information ever, the best Bible ever, but if it doesn't go through, it's worthless. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Let me do it one more time. You will not be punished for your anger, but you will be punished by your anger. Your anger will punish you. God will not punish you. You will not be punished for your emotion, but you will be punished because of your emotion. Your emotion is the things that causes all the negative things. The Bible says this. Some of you say, hey, you know what? The Bible says you can be angry. Okay, let's deal with this. Be angry, but don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. So you say, so it is okay to be angry. Okay, I agree. It is okay to be angry. But the Bible admonishes this. You can be angry. The condition is, do not sin. You can be angry, but if your anger causes your peace and the peace of other people around you, you better stay calm. If you're angry and it causes other people's peace, causes your peace, you better stay calm, because your anger will not produce anything good. You can be angry, but if your anger sour your emotion, it contaminates the holy atmosphere in church. You cannot afford to be angry. Okay, you can be angry, but you have to check yourself. If I am angry, will it sour the atmosphere in my house? Will it sour my soul? If you are angry and those things come out, you better stay calm, right? Yes, that's the basic. You better stay calm. And let me tell you this, I love this very much. You can take picture of this. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. You know, Adventists like to throw words. Oh, I have so many information. And sometimes information is good, sometimes information causes negative things. But when people are in argument, when people don't disagree, this one, better than 1,000 hollow words. It's just one word that bring peace. And that one word that come out of the person that bring peace, that person has to be calm. You have to be calm before you can bring peace. You cannot bring peace of yourself or not calm. So can we do this? Can we practice it? You know, one word that bring peace. Proverbs 12:18 said this: the word of the reckless pierced like a sword. Oh, it hurts me. This guy, this lady always hurt me with his word, with her word. You know, sometimes in church, sometimes in education, sometimes in our society, people want to prove that they are wise by just pouring out informations. This is right, this is wrong, I have more information than you. You know, just pour out information, but somehow those information pierce like a sword. You want to prove that you're wise? You want to prove that you are knowledgeable? You want to prove that you have great understanding? Do this. But the tongue of the wise brings healing. If you want to prove that you are smart, you're wise, you're godly, you have full of understanding, I've been Adventist for 10 years, 30 years, what's the proof? The proof is your tongue must bring healing. If you say, I am a good Adventist, prove it to me. What you said bringeth healing, not bringeth offenses or something negative. One who conquered himself is greater than another who conquered 1,000 times 1,000 on the battlefield. The Bible in Proverbs 16:32 said this: better to be patient than powerful. The society teaches us to be powerful. You must be powerful in church. You must be powerful in your workplace. You must be powerful, the biggest person in your society. But God said, better to be patient, a person who is patient than a person who is powerful and have no patience. Better to have self-control than to conquer the city. Again, one who conquers himself, one who learned to control himself, one who is the master of himself is better than conqueror who could conquer 1,000 battles. Lastly, we come to our text that I read before in the beginning. If you stay calm, you are wise. If you speak healing word, you are wise, right? If you are emotional, they show how stupid you are. Peace of mind makes the body healthy, but jealousy is like a cancer. You know, at the end of the day, at the end of our life, only three things matter as a Christian. Number one, how much do you love? Right? Number two, how gently you live. And lastly, how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. How gently you let go of things not meant to you. God doesn't want you to be upset all the time, emotional. God doesn't want you to, feel bad inside of you or distress. But God wants you to have peace. God wants you to be calm. Because when you're calm, you are clear. So here, how gracefully you let go of things that's meant to you. What meant for you is peace, blessing, love, gentleness, kindness. That is what God meant for you. So at the end of the day, three things here. How much you love, how gently you live, how gracefully you let go of things. May the Lord bless you and have a wonderful Sabbath day.